Hey everyone, and welcome. In this guide, you will learn operator drills that will give you a massive edge in the current meta. Everyone knows the operator is the strongest gun in the game, with the ability to one-shot a player with a body shot. As always, the best way to improve your ability to do something is repeated practice, and with these op drills, you can boost your skills and become a player who can swing rounds and games with the operator. And remember, if you want more premium guides that truly help you improve every single day, then make sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and like the video. Before we dive into the drills, it's important that we go over the fundamental skills that underpin your ability as an opper. The first major fundamental skill when using the operator is crosshair placement. Similarly to rifling, crosshair placement is a vital part of hitting your shots. However, correct crosshair placement when using the operator and the marshal has some key differences from other guns. With most guns, you want to have your crosshair in the sweet spot when holding an angle, ready to headshot a peeker and quickly adjust to a peek that is closer or wider than normal. With the op, you want to give yourself a smaller window, holding tighter angles closer to the wall and not necessarily at head height. There are several reasons for this behavior. For starters, the op kills with one shot to the body. This means that you don't need to be able to shoot them more than once, and just holding a tight angle to get the first shot off is fine. Also keep in mind that the operator is not automatic, and you are vulnerable with the op as soon as you shoot. Having a tighter angle means that you can more quickly retreat to safety immediately after your shot, and if you want, you can then re-peek again once you're ready to shoot. This feeds into some other crucial skills for using the operator effectively in the current meta: movement and timing. Timing is one of the most important things in Valorant, even more so when using an operator. Knowing when someone will get to a certain angle, whether it's by their footsteps or through game knowledge, and being prepared for their arrival will help you react way faster than if you were just holding an angle with no clue when someone is coming. Psychologists have studied this phenomenon as early as 1950, when E.C. Poulton at Cambridge University found a significant relationship between anticipation and reaction time, meaning that you will react faster when you're anticipating getting peeked. In 1986, Letourneau, Dennis, and Londorf found a significant improvement in reaction time when given an auditory warning, meaning that paying attention to footsteps could give you a vital advantage when you're holding an angle. When it comes to timing, Riot also gave the operator a very noticeable delay when pulling out the op and when scoping in, so you need to be wary of when you scope as you prepare to peek. Movement in Valorant goes hand in hand with timing. Repositioning to good angles as well as being able to get out of harm's way after a shot is necessary when trying to keep that 4,500 credit gun in your hands. Movement and accuracy with the op is very high in Valorant as well, so you have to be in position before you take the shot. Thankfully, you can see when your next shot will be accurate by the small red dot in the middle of your scope. Notice that if you are moving at all, it disappears, meaning your next shot will not be completely accurate. Both movement and timing are essential to effective op play. Great players have the ability to always be anticipating someone about to peek them. They play on the edge of their seats. Being in valuable positions and ready to shoot at all times is exhausting and requires a lot of focus, but through practice and experience, you can build up both your resolve and your skill together. Now, the last op skill I want to talk about before getting into some drills for improving is flicking. Flicking is what I call a luxury skill. It looks really cool and can have a round-changing effect sometimes, but it's not as important as the fundamentals, bread and butter opping skills like crosshair placement and timing. For your first shot when you're holding an angle, unless you're caught off guard by an ability, you typically do not want to be moving your mouse that much, if at all. If you need to flick all the time, you are probably doing something really wrong as an opper. Of course, flicking is still very important and can be developed both through the drills seen later in this video and through in-game experience using an operator. Flicking is the skill that should most improve through mindless practice and just taking as many shots as you can. Since the skill is so reliant on muscle memory and the desired outcome of your flicks is really clear, just getting as much experience as possible is the fastest road to developing this ability. The other skills aren't as simple. While they might not require as much repetition, they have way more active, conscious mental components, and require you to consider more specifically, for example, how you want to time your peaks or where you want to hold your aim. Now that we've covered some of the skills that matter when you are holding an operator, let's look at how to improve them to get the most out of the gun on each round. The first drill is done in the range. This is a simple drill just to work on your flicking and movement and getting your shots on the target's body. This is also a great warm-up drill to do before you get in game and want to get yourself ready. Before you start this drill, make sure that you have infinite ammo turned on. The simplest version of this drill is done on easy difficulty and it is very straightforward. You start the range and you just kill every bot that appears. Between shots, you should be moving, and as a new bot appears, you counter-strafe, scope, and shoot it. To turn the difficulty up a notch, you need to kick the in-game setting up to medium or hard difficulty. On these difficulties, the bots will appear faster than you can even shoot. To deal with this, just focus on shooting every second bot. The reason this makes for good practice is because it reduces the bot's life duration, forcing you to shoot it faster and push you out of your comfort zone. Now, until Riot gives us custom settings for bot spawn intervals and life durations that we can adjust separately, you'll have to ignore half the bots you see, as you just can't shoot them all due to the operator animation. As I mentioned before, this is a great drill for working on your flicking and movement between shots, getting yourself warm before games. But while the range is arguably perfect for training your rifle play, there are some better environments in which to drill your opping. The second drill is to run a 1v1 against another opper. This is my favorite way to practice opping because you get an extremely high number of repetitions in while also being able to simulate specific conditions that you want to train. Once you get in a custom game, pick a place where you and your opponent can peek each other multiple ways if possible. Tin Can and Hookah on Bind is a decent example of this. Around the middle box on B site on Haven is another good example. Then, you just peek and try to kill each other as many times as you want. You can do whatever you want. Hold angles, swing wide, practice your counter strafing. This setup is great because you can train all aspects of your sniping. Between timing, movement, crosshair placement, flicking, you can drill them over and over and over again in this format. The practice also has less of a rhythm to it than just the range, which more closely simulates an actual game. Ideally, you could do this training on a custom map where you and an opponent could peek each other multiple ways really easily, but until that's an option, you need to practice on the given maps in environments like the Tin Can on Bind. Another thing that this offers that the range does not is the ability to train against human movement, which is especially important. The obvious drawback here is that you aren't able to do this practice unless you have a partner willing to practice with you. Fortunately, there is a brand new way we can practice our op skills against human movement. Using free-for-all deathmatch, we are able to get in a high number of reps while playing against other players. Although this setup is not as controlled as practicing against a partner, you can still practice certain skills as you want by artificially setting your own environment. For example, you can try moving and counter-strafing before shots, or holding certain angles to practice flicks, and focus on isolating the skills that you want to work on. When using DM to train, I would strongly advise against using the radar. This is because it gives you an advantage in anticipation that you will not have in your real games. By practicing in an environment more similar to your actual games, you will see more yields from your training in your performance. Also keep in mind that your goal here is to train. It's easy to let your ego suck you in and want to win a deathmatch game, especially as you get close to 30 kills. But giving up your proper practice and cutting corners for a victory screen in a mode that doesn't matter is not worth it. We've now looked at ways to practice in the range, in customs, and in deathmatch. Whichever of the three ways of training you prefer, it's important that you mix it up sometimes and don't let yourself stagnate or autopilot when you're practicing. So which part of using the operator is hardest for you? Do you struggle when getting rushed? Are you missing your flicks? Let us know in the comment section below because it gives us great feedback on what to tailor our guides towards. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and like the video to get more premium guides like this one with one goal in mind: helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped want to sincerely thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.